And Debwewin refers to truth.
So Debwewin means truth.
What is Oakville's truth? Debwewin.
Debwewin means truth.
Debwewin, the truth.
Truth is also the first step in the process towards reconciliation. There is no reconciliation without truth.
Along with the Oakville Community Foundation, we have started this project called the Debwewin Project. And Debwewin is one of the 7 grandfather teachings, and it refers to truth. And for a long time, I did not know the truth. And I'm referring to the truth about the history of Canada. And because I was unaware of the history of Canada, I didn't understand a lot of things that were happening. And one of those things was racism. And I wasn't raised hearing my language. I wasn't raised with a knowledge of my belief system, my ceremonies. And it wasn't until later in life that I decided that I would try to seek out these things. And what I found was the truth. And the truth was not very pleasant. However, it is the truth. And as I learned, I began to talk to other people about the truth, the history of Canada that has been hidden. And one of the things I noticed when I started to talk to people about this is that I was not the only one who didn't know the truth.
Debwewin is the inspiration of Elder Peter Schuler, who shared his concerns about the lack of local knowledge about the Mississaugas, the responsibilities of the treaties that still exist today, and the colonial language of treaties as lands of surrender and cessation. And how do we get to reconciliation, that place that the Truth and Reconciliation Commission described as the place of mutually respectful relations between Indigenous and non-Indigenous people? Well, Truth and Reconciliation is not a one-time box check where you check the box for your land acknowledgement, you got your orange t-shirt. It's a process of healing relationships, sharing truths no matter how uncomfortable, listening to the knowledge that's being shared, and doing our part to redress past harms.
The Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation and Oakville Community Foundation are developing and implementing an incredible opportunity for you to learn more about your community and its unique place in its history, in Canada's history. I'm honored to sit with such accomplished and devoted colleagues on the advisory committee to Debwewin in an effort to ensure that you know the truth of the treaties of this area. Can you tell me how many treaties cover the Halton region? Do you know if they're all numbered? What do you know about the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation and all of the Indigenous people who have traveled through these lands? You see, without knowing the truth, reconciliation is hollow. Knowing the truth is the first step on righting the wrongs of Canada's past and building a country based on mutual trust and respect.
The Acts of Allyship campaign will run from November 7th, today, to February 28th, which is the anniversary of the local Treaty 22. Now, Sheridan has officially signed onto the Acts of Allyship, and as a proud signatory, we are very committed to actioning ongoing meaningful work to advance truth and reconciliation.
In Anishinaabe-Moan, we often use the phrase, "we are all treaty people." And so from First Nations perspectives, all treaty relationships must be based on the original spirit and intent. And that includes recognizing the traditional roles and responsibilities that First Nations have to the lands upon which they were placed. First Nations who entered into treaty were confirming their rights to their responsibilities to the land, to their languages, to their culture, for their existing belief systems, and their rights to maintain a way of life. They were not signing these away. For them, entering into treaty was a way to make sure that these gifts from Creator, these rights would be protected for future generations, and that every party understood the responsibilities under the agreements for the future.